SCV Today is brought to you by SCV Leasing, Santa Clarita's premier property management firm, Nissan of Valencia, home of the $99 down delivers, and Helm Vision Group, offering the best laser vision correction technology.
I think we're live actually right now. We've been live and we've been talking about all this stuff. Look over and I see that we're up there, so there you go.
And I was going like this. Nice.
Boy, it just became no longer a family show.
I knew this was going to go south within the first 30 seconds, and we didn't even make it.
This show's been going south, and it's been going further south today.
Oh, boy.
Mike Bjorkman from Home Smart Real Estate is in to talk real estate today, and we were talking back in the office area. I said, what are we going to talk about today, Mike? And you came up and you said, buyer walkthroughs. I mean, you were like
Yeah.
fired up and charged up about this. Buyer walkthroughs. There's so much that we need to talk about.
Tell us why, Tammy.
Wow.
Well, this hasn't closed yet, but I'll go ahead and talk anyway. I guess they won't be my clients after this. Buyer walkthrough yesterday, and a lot of times first-time buyers don't quite understand the way things go, even though you explain to them what a buyer walkthrough is about. Well, all of a sudden there were all these demands. I want all the pictures off the walls, and I want this, and I want that. And I'm like, no. We're just going to go make sure a bomb didn't go off. That's what we're doing today. So but this happens all the time, that people think buyer walkthrough is actually like another form of an inspection in which there can be requests for repairs, et cetera, and that's not the case.
Right. So typically we have our inspections. The buyer has the right to do any and all inspections, or physical inspections, surveys, geo, mold, radon, whatever they want to do. We negotiate after that what's to be expected at the time of the walkthrough. Well, unfortunately, a lot of times people say, oh, at the walkthrough, this is my time to, like she said, throw more stuff in, which possible. Obviously, anything's possible in real estate. But really what we do for a walkthrough, we try to do it 3 to 5 days before, maybe a little bit sooner, a little bit later if we have to. But what we're trying to do for the buyer is make sure that the owner hasn't pulled up the carpet or went on a rampage and put 20 million holes in the home. We want to make sure the home is in same existing condition as it was during the time of the offer, or better, meaning that they've done the repairs that we've negotiated before. So a walkthrough should take no longer than 5 to 10 minutes. You show up and you go through the home and make sure it's all good.
And when we say holes in the wall, nail holes from a picture, that doesn't count as a hole in the wall. A fist through a wall is a hole in a wall.
Right. I've been through a lot of walkthroughs where the owners don't quite understand what's theirs to take, what's not. They've taken all the curtains, which aren't supposed to go unless otherwise negotiated. They've taken the appliances, like the oven, which traditionally in Southern California, we leave those things. A couple weeks ago, we had an owner take the pool equipment, and it's hard to believe, but they think, oh, I bought that after I bought the house, so it's mine. We've had people take their center islands out, take granite out, take all the light fixtures out of the bathrooms because they like, those are the types of things we're looking for. And poor Tammy, she's getting demands by buyers. And this isn't just Tammy this week. This goes on the last few weeks. It's just getting worse and worse. And we should point that out. As our market settles, it's not going up right now. The buyers are more demanding. There's more negotiating back and forth on repairs. I hate talking about things that aren't closed yet, but we have another transaction going on in Castaic. And the buyers are buying a home that was built somewhere in the mid-90s, and they're asking for driveways to be repoured because of small cracks or natural separation on, red brick on the edge of the driveway, which is totally normal. On the whole, Southern California, we have shifting land, right? Things are going to move around and settle after a home is built. So the buyers are getting more and more picky, and the more and more their expectations are just so high right now. And we love to fight for our clients. Don't get us wrong, but some things are a little unrealistic.
But if you're representing the seller as well, can you also, or even the seller themselves, like in the case of the driveway,
right,
can they say that's a little bit too unrealistic?
we're
not going to do that, and they've got the seller has the right to be able to say, no, we're not going to do that.
Right, and that's exactly what we told this particular buyer, Pound Sand. We're not going to be replacing concrete, which, $30,000, $40,000 driveway. We're not going to do anything like that. But that's a good point. When we do represent the seller, which I do most of the time, I'm a seller's agent, is I counsel them through. And typically for an inspection, we're looking for safety and code issues. You never want to get sued after the fact by the buyer, or you never want somebody to get hurt. So when we explain to the seller sometimes say, I don't want to do anything. I can appreciate that. If I was selling my home, half the things they've been wanting to do for years and never done anyways. So they're like, I don't want to do it for a new buyer. But then I ask them, if you were buying this home, would you like this safety issue? Or would you like this non-permitted code issue that could be dangerous to come back and bite you? That's typically how we handle those things.
Right.
But the walkthroughs, they're not meant to go in there and make new demands unless the owner/seller has done something to change the condition of the home for the worse since the time of the walkthrough.
Mike, wouldn't you agree that some of the best advice that we could give to buyers and sellers right now, because I'm finding this to be a real problem, is that this isn't a game, this isn't a fight, this isn't a strategic war. This is you wanting to sell your home, this is you wanting to buy your dream home. Let's make it work and let's make it happen. No one's out to get the other. And I feel like everyone, I just think maybe it's the way our society is.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. And that's not the case. And you need to keep the end game in mind. You want your dream home. You don't need to nitpick over something that's $200.
Right.
This is your dream home. Let's get it.
That's what we typically tell both parties. We don't want to nickel and dime each other to death. We want to, it's a used home. What do you call it in the car business? Pre-loved or whatever.
Pre-owned or is it pre-owned?
Previously enjoyed home,
Pre-owned.
whatever.
Yeah.
But they're not new.
Right.
If you go out and buy a used car, you expect a little tire wear, a little bit of nicks here, maybe a shimmering in the steering wheel. You don't know. It's a used car. It's been previously enjoyed. Same with a home. It doesn't have a builder warranty. It's not brand new. When we sell new construction, I personally go out with the tape and start putting things everywhere because it should be perfect for a brand new home, brand new buyer.
Right.
These homes are not like that. So for a buyer to go in there and nickel dime every little thing to death, it's not realistic. What it does is it upsets both parties involved. And now agents are fighting each other over things that don't matter when really what truly matters, do we have clear title? How about things like that? How's our loan going? Are we still getting the best rates and terms for our clients? Those are the things us as agents should be fighting for. I'm trying to think of what was on that report the other day. The cold water didn't come out as fast as when you had the hot water on a sink the other day, in a bathroom sink. And I'm just like, okay. I don't even know how to answer that, I really don't. But the buyer has the right to do any and all inspections. Call a plumber, go check it out.
Have you ever said to the buyer when they said cold water doesn't come out as fast? Have you ever said that's just the way it is? I mean,
well, I do a lot of foreclosures, a lot of default short sales and things like that. That's always.
Yeah.
You guys take it or leave it. But I do ask the buyer. I say, you have a concern of 20 items here. Why don't we pick either the most expensive or the most safety concerns, code issues, like I was saying before. If you ask the seller for everything, they're just going to say that's unrealistic and say no. But if you're realistic and the seller can say, I can see that, I can understand that. If the dishwasher's not working, I get that. But when you're talking, there's a small chunk of grout missing out of a pool tile, there's no seller that's going to be happy when you come after them with that with a used home. So. Couple things to keep in mind. Buyers have the right to do any and all inspections. Homeowners have the right to negotiate, say no to certain items. And the final walkthrough, it's just a time where we want to make sure the home is still in good condition. And of course, you can go measure and things like that. Maybe make it take a little longer. We understand that. We want to make sure our furniture fits and stuff. But to go in there and demand that the homeowner does all these things that is not part of the agreement or contract, and then, hold the agent accountable for that. That's definitely unrealistic.
Gotcha. All right, Mike.
Makes any sense?
That's good stuff. Thank you very much. As always, good to see you.
We pulled that off.
Always fun.
After all that other stuff.
We went disaster in the first 30 seconds. You want to try to go disaster in the last 30 seconds?
Oh, we can do fine. And I just one thing I wanted to say is Tammy's right about that ALS. It's really hit home for me because obviously you guys know I'm very involved in a lot of local community charities. As far as I know, I don't think we have a chapter or an organization out here that's ever come to me and said, hey, would you support? So I got involved. You guys called me out. I did it, and I didn't feel really comfortable not knowing about it. So I did all my research. Just like Tammy, my entire family went through it. And then like Steve O today, has this really raised any awareness? And everybody's sharing it. Oh yeah, he's such a ding dong.
Yeah.
Like Corey said, last week when I checked it was 15 million. Today, 23 million.
Right.
And one other thing we want to point out is a lot of these challenges, people are donating to their charities of choice. So it's gone off in a lot of different directions.
Right.
But I think the whole thing is absolutely amazing. And
It's nothing but positive stuff. It's nothing
Yeah.
but good stuff. And to focus on any kind of negative side of it, it's a waste of time.
yeah, because now I know what it's about, and I can help spread the word and
Absolutely.
fight the fight as well.
Mike Bjorkman, thank you very much, as always. Great to see you. Boom, boom.
Thanks, guys.
Boom, boom, Bjorkman.
When we come back, Joe Messina, it's time. When we come back.